5 fun tips for when you're feeling socially anxious.
Whenever I'm feeling socially anxious, I like to leave. Hope this helps. Whenever someone says, "We'll talk about it later," just respond with, "Tell me now, or I'm gonna throw up."
Whenever I'm in a new social environment, I like to remember that the settings app on my phone is very interesting and requires my immediate attention.
When I'm feeling socially anxious, I just say to myself, wow, I can't take this anymore. But then I continue to take it.
When someone talks to me in a group, I like to feel absolutely everything and nothing all at the same time. And then I like to laugh and say, yeah, totally. When I find myself in a new social environment, I just remember that I am full of rage, but in a chill way.
If any of these resonated with you, chances are you're gonna like our music. We're called Negative 25.
So check us out on Spotify.
Welcome to the fucking show. I'm sorry, I'm trying to process a tremendous amount of insane information.
That reminds me of this one time in middle school when these girls were basically just like laughing at how, oh my God, they were bullying me. So anyway.
Bye. Okay. Are they all gone? Is everybody gone? Huh? Good. Oh my gosh, my cheeks are killing me. I can't keep smiling like this anymore. I am exhausted.
I'm not doing a single thing I don't like. Sorry. I'm not doing a single thing I don't like. Sorry about.
I am autism. I'm visible in your children, but if I can help it, I am invisible to you until it's too late. I know where you live, and guess what? I live there too. I hover around all of you. I know no color barrier, no religion, no morality, no currency. I speak your language fluently, and with every voice I take away, I acquire yet another language. I work very quickly. I work faster than pediatric AIDS, cancer, and diabetes combined. And if you are happily married, I will make sure that your marriage fails. Your money will fall into my hands, and I will bankrupt you for my own self-gain. I don't sleep, so I make sure you don't either. I will make it virtually impossible for your family to easily attend a temple, a birthday party, a public park, without a struggle, without embarrassment, without pain.
The Egyptians believed the most significant thing you could do in your life was die.
Go to lunch in the Jewish community. I don't tell all the girls in the community. She ain't gonna.
I have this thing, it's autism.
I'm sorry if that came off abrupt. I'm autistic and also a bitch. I'm autistic and also a bitch.
I had sat in the car for about 15 minutes and actually contemplated putting Jody in the car and driving off the George Washington Bridge. It's only because of Lauren, the fact that I have another child, that I probably didn't do it.
I thought I was ready to be back. I thought I was stronger than this, but obviously I'm not. I want to go home.
I don't know what day it is. I don't know what time it is. I haven't eaten in probably 2 days. I'm just trying to sort of push through.
We're protesting. Thank you.
What are we protesting?
We're protesting everything. We're angry and we're not going to take it anymore.
Oh, you... No, hang on. I've just realised.
What?
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
Red flags. I prefer the term diagnosable disorder. I diagnose autism.
He don't got a clue in the fucking world.
Why do you wear your headphones when you're alone in your apartment?
Skinfo, this that war, this that bloodline on the front line, ready for war.
You are a normal, regular civilian. Act like it.
I need time to process words. I am dyslexic. I have low energy. My pronouns are they, she. I use sign language. Please ask me to clarify. I have epilepsy. I am sensitive to light. Thank you for your patience.
Friends who knew that you were autistic before you did, and you wished that they had told.
So, funny story, when I first started to accept and be really convinced that, yeah, I think I'm autistic, I talked to one of my oldest friends in the world about it, and she said, oh, I always assumed that you knew. And I just about came unglued, why didn't you ever say anything? She's like, well... Yeah, she is actually one of the ones who ended up doing the paperwork as part of my diagnosis, going through and remembering back to childhood of all the various, indicators and things like that. But yeah, she told me stories about just watching my behavior as a kid and just needing things to be in order and having to put things always exactly back to where they had came from and various other things. So yeah, there are people in your life who know, even if you don't.
If I were a fish, if I were a fish, if I were a fish. Echolalia is really bothering me today. That's not echolalia. Everyone gets a song stuck in their head. You're right. Simply getting a song stuck in your head is not echolalia. Echolalia is a lot more complex than that. In fact, there are 4 different types of echolalia. Did you know that? No. Echolalia is when a child repeats words back to you like a parrot as a form of speech. Well, that's a great example of immediate echolalia that's also interactive, but there's also delayed echolalia and non-interactive echolalia. And personally, the way that I mostly experience echolalia is both delayed and non-interactive. And it just so happens that most of the sounds that I get echolalia from are musical in some way, shape, or form. Either they're rhythmic or melodic. TikTok audios and parts of songs are prime examples. Now you're just making things up. Nope. You're just narrow-minded and unwilling to accept the fact that autism is a spectrum and we all experience things differently.
I may be a loner, but y'all hang out with people that talk shit about y'all.
Excuse me, can you take those headphones off? You're distracting the rest of the class. Oh, they're an accommodation. I'm not listening to music. Yes, I know they're an accommodation, but I can't let everybody walk around with headphones. They're only an accommodation for people that have sensory needs, like autistic people. Yeah. Yeah, so... Oh.
Pre-syncope is defined as feeling like one was going to pass out.
Hi, friends with autism and ADHD. Did you tell your parents when you were a child that you felt like you were going to pass out? That you felt dizzy, that you felt nauseous, that you felt fatigued, that you had kind of brain fog, that you were really cold and you couldn't warm up? And they told you, oh, it's normal, don't worry about it. It's not normal. There's a high comorbidity rate between autism, ADHD, and POTS. And so many doctors will miss this because you're not fainting. When only 15% of POTS patients actually faint. And the rest of us experience pre-syncope, where it feels like we might pass out. We get dizzy upon standing. Maybe something weird happens with our ears. They start ringing. We have some weird kind of muffled noises. You should look into POTS. You can check the Ehlers-Danlos Society practitioner database for some doctors who might be able to help and listen.
You know, one of my favorite things is when I'm telling people about how I have to mask my autism in order to be more palatable for the people around me. And then the person I'm talking to is just like, oh, well, you don't have to mask around me. You can just be yourself. Just start being authentically yourself. And then I don't know how to explain to them. I don't think you quite understand. You know, every time I unmask and try to be myself, I get in trouble. Someone gets mad at me for it. Every single fucking time. Without fail. So, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I try to be myself, you don't like it. But I'm masking, I'm telling you that I'm masking, and then you're just offended that I'm not being myself around you. Which fucking one do you want? Jesus Christ.
You are probably neurodivergent, high masking, late discovered femme, if this is on your FYP.
And if you haven't been diagnosed autistic, ADHD, ADHD, etc., listen to this one paragraph from my autism assessment and see if it sounds like you. Her profile matches that of women who have strong verbal and cognitive abilities who are diagnosed later in life. She seems to read from the situation how to interact or what to say in the moment, but does not intuitively know how to navigate and understand social situations. Her strong reasoning skills have supported her learning social expectations, but it comes at a cost in terms of her attentional and cognitive effort and does not help when she has to navigate ambiguous situations that she has not been able to learn from because they were not modeled to her. So yeah, I've learned a lot, but I still don't really get it because I'm autistic.
One of my favourite things about autism is the echolalia, because it's like a constant variety show in my head. If you don't know what echolalia is, it's basically a kind of constant repetition of words or phrases that you've consumed, like kind of playing on a loop in your head without like it being voluntary. And so there's like a constant sound wall in my head of that thing that Captain Holt once said, or the best of Mark Corrigan, or a song lyric my friend wrote, or something from Friends, or something that someone said to me in year 9, or the way my mum sings to the dog, or just something that someone said funny in a shop that I overheard. And it's just a constant source of entertainment until it becomes an absolute incessant barrage of sound, and that's when the earphones have to go in.
Okay, yes or no, do you enjoy social activities? I mean, it depends. What is the social activity? Am I in a good mood? And who's there? Nope, just a yes or no answer. Okay, clearly nobody consulted with an autistic person when they were designing this test, because if you did, you would know that autistic people need more information before we start answering questions like these.
I think you're morally obligated to see how fast it goes.
I'm not trying to die.
I'll take you to the hospital.
Mr. Clean's gonna come again.
You still having a good time?
Yeah, I'm having a good time, and the ice cream hasn't come back up yet. Anybody needs me, I'll be right here.
What happens when the museum closes?
I'll be right.
If you suspect you might be autistic, you might want to stick around for this. In December, it was just like late, we were hanging out, I was bored, so I decided to take these assessments. Now these are autism assessments that I send to clients when they suspect they might be autistic. And something interesting happened. I took 3 different kinds of assessments and they all came back as mildly autistic. Then I looked at my husband and I said, if I'm mildly autistic, you're gonna score on these. Like, you're gonna score higher than me on these. He took the test and screenshot and sent me the results. Neurotypical. Like, well within the neurotypical range. And I was above every autistic threshold. So then we went to couples therapy and I said, I have to apologize to you. All of these years when I've said, I don't know why you're doing it that way, that's the wrong way to do that, I genuinely thought I was right. And when I would dig my heels in on certain things, I thought it was because I was doing it the correct way. I thought our communication was great because I was doing it right. It turns out my thought process is very rigid and he's very patient with me.
Being tested for autism is one of the most infuriating experiences ever. All of the questions are so general and they aren't explained fully. For example, you might get a question like, do you prefer being by yourself or with other people? Who are the other people? Do I know them? Are we outside? Are we inside? Where are we? How long are we staying for? What time am I going back to my house? Like, I need more information. None of the questions are specific. I just kept thinking to myself, it depends. Every single question depends on what mood I am. It depends on so many other things. It's just really annoying.
Windmill for the land, forever hand in hand.
Yeah, I basically just need to be told straight out if there's ever a problem, otherwise I won't know or assume the worst. Oh yeah, no worries, I can do that for you. Thanks, I appreciate that. Oh, hey. Hello? What do you want? Well, you should already know. Oh, okay, but I don't. So okay.
What meds are you on?
Me? None. I used to be on lithium and Seroquel and Abilify, but I don't take them anymore, no. They make me foggy and they also make me bloated.
Yeah, I was on Xanax and Effexor, but I agree, I wasn't as sharp, so I stopped.
You ever take Klonopin?
Klonopin, yeah.
Right?
Jesus.
Like, is it what?
Yeah.
What day is it? How about Trazodone?
Trazodone.
Oh, it flattens you out. I mean, you are done. It takes the light right out of your eyes.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
All right, agree
or disagree. I think that I am smarter than other people. No, I don't think I'm smarter than other people. I just think I know more than other people. So you agree that you think that you're smarter than other people? No, not what I said at all. What I am saying is that I know that if I say the sentence, I am smarter than other people, that is going to be considered very rude and egotistical, because there are other types of intelligences and there will always be something that I don't know that other people do know. However, I have noticed that on a day-to-day basis, especially when it comes to things that I do know a significant amount about, I know more than most people in the room and they still question my intelligence, which makes me really frustrated. So you think you're smarter than other people? Haven't I answered this question like 3 times?
If you're autistic like me, do you have an internal monologue that just will not shut up? There are actual people in this world with no internal monologue. I'm almost finished a 1-hour hike, and I forgot to put my podcast in because I'm having too many conversations in my own head. I have to pretend to be a normal person in a neurotypical society when I'm not. So I'm just constantly fucking replaying or rehearsing conversations all the time. Even conversations I'll never have. Like, I'm screenwriting my life 24/7. Hey, self, shut up.
Are you talking about Marie Antoinette?
Yeah.
I heard a thing or two about her. Is a seat taken?
Oh, it's not really a seat, but okay.